Well, hello everyone, I'm Darth Browner, and welcome to the next part of my Ace Attorney playthrough. In the previous video, we started the case Turnabout Goodbyes, and we find that Miles Edgeworth has been accused of murdering a Robert Hammond, who was a defence attorney in the DL6 case, in which Gregory Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth's father, got murdered. One thing led to another, and it turns out that Edgeworth's mentor, Manfred von Karma, is prosecuting against Edgeworth. Twisty. His witness, Lotta Hart, claimed to see Edgeworth shoot the victim, but Phoenix debunks that by saying that Edgeworth picked up the gun to use to shoot the victim with his right hand, but the photograph that was enlarged at the end of the case turned out to be picked up held with the left hand, so there's doubt on who the mystery shooter is. So we're now going to do some investigating and proceed with the next part of the trial. So there's a lot to look forward to. Let's crack on, shall we? Maya. Hey, Nick, it's you. I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief. Why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I'm not the lawyer my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? Okay. Have you been questioned yet? No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said, seeing as this is my first offence, let you go after questioning. Phew. And he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay? How much? I don't know, I guess they'll send you a bill somewhere? Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Any luck with Mia? None. I can't get through to her at all. I tried, I really did. I don't know what to do. I think I probably shouldn't have stopped my training. She sounds like she really did do her best. I should check and see if there are any waterfalls in the local area. I wonder if I'll ever see my sister again. There are fewer than there were yesterday, but the cops still around the park. I wonder if Gumshoe is here today. Oh yeah, Larry is selling hot dogs. He's probably paying through the nose on a date with a lovely fiancée. Larry's date. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal. Trial today, yes, what about the trial? Well, I was going to say good show, but it wasn't really all that. But you did save Mr. Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know. Thanks. Detective Gumshoe, any idea what strategy von Karma is planning for tomorrow? Sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh, right, he said something about that in the trial today. I was wondering who that other witness was. Who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Oh, right, I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I've never heard anything about that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? But there's one thing that's as clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does, and him becoming a prosecutor, and him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The DL6 incident? Yep, that's the one. "15 years ago, when he saw his father shot before his very eyes. He still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. I wanted to talk to you about my affair. She not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told him to let her go, so as they had their report written up. Man, I don't know what would have happened in that courtroom if it weren't for her. Seeing her getting dragged out by the bailiff, well, I'll be honest with you, pal, I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved I saw his lip trembling. Really? Told us Miles Edgeworth. He was really grateful for what she did, you know. I'm gonna head back to the station. I'll get the report on Moya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh wait, I was wondering how much is bail gonna be? Don't worry about that. Mr. Edgeworth is posting the whole amount. What? Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Right, pal? Well, don't forget to pick her up, okay? Hey, Nick, you finally came. I just finished paperwork. I'm free to go. Free at last, eh? Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Like I was some kind of criminal. Can you believe it? Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they? Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for bail. Thank Edgeworth. Huh? He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did. Mr. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. I've got to win this case, Nick. Back to Gold Lake we go. There aren't many cops around today, are there? Probably back at the precinct working at the case against Edgeworth. Hey, y'all! Hey, it's Lotta! Y'all really did it today. What do we do now? Nah, I'm not complaining. See, I did a little thinking, a little self-reflection, you might say. I realised that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility, but I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta, so you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Make it up? What did you think of the trial? To be honest, I was doing it half just to say I'd been a witness, even though I didn't really see anything. Can't convince myself I had though. I'm sorry, I know I caused y'all a lot of trouble. Well, memory is a tricky, vague little thing. Yeah, I know, sure know that now. I'll be fine next time I witness a murder. Right, you mean the first time you witnessed a murder? What about Goldie? Right. Well, the way I figure, the out tricks trial's only stoking the flame of Goldie feeder. I'll get my exclusive photos and rock to start him. Alright, Lotta, you go, girl. I wish I could be an investigative photographer too. Finish your spirit medium training first. Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Well, you see, actually I've got a bit of information for you. What? That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it. What information? Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckon we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right, I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. What? Look, information doesn't come cheap, my friend. Hey, I see you're thinking, man, how unsophisticated these southern folks are. Grin all over your face. Let me tell you, most southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We got a deal or not? What do we do, Nick? We don't have any other leads, so we have a choice here. Okay, how much? Huh? You're completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh? The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy. Whoa, Gordy? But Gordy Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't. I'll be keeping watch on the car, okay? Yeah, see something? Y'all gotta come to me first, got it? Okay. Right, see y'all later. Okay, Nick, let's go hunting. Hunting? You don't seriously mean Goldie? Sure do. Right, Edgeworth. We're searching for Goldie for him, Nick. Don't you get it? Okay, and how exactly do we search for a make-believe monster? Maybe we can find a monster myth specialist. Oh my god, that's Goldie. What's that? That's Steel Samurai, Nick. Yo, Maya. Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it's my girl Beyonce's idea. She was all, if you like put this here, it would be like really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner. Wow, that's really impressive she could find this for you. Well, she knows a lot of people, and that show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Yo, Nick, what happened with Reggie? Well, we made it through the first day in court, alright. I don't know how good our prospects are from here on, though. Huh? Hey, Larry, did you know Mr. Edgeworth's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. He acts like a little boy. Huh? That's weird. Don't think he was ever like that in school. No, really? Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. Transferred school pretty quickly. Transferred? Right, when the DL6 incident happened. Doesn't look like Larry knows about it though. Hey Larry, when did you get that big thing? Oh, the big guy? Oh, I've had that for about a month, yeah. It's a big hit with the kids. Why wasn't it there yesterday? Right. The compressor was busted. Compressor? Yeah, it's that little unit by my hot dog stand. That's what I used to put air in Steel Samurai. It broke a little while ago, so I sent it in for some repairs. Oh, yeah, I thought you'd inflate it by yourself. I told you I'd no sneezing. See, I asked the camera to respond to things that are a little softer than a bait. It triggered one of Von Karman's finger snaps now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, sorry's not, but what my film? Nick, pay the lady. It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed so good. Imagine all they're probably just taking a vacation at boats, isn't it? I get it. Let's see if Gumshoe can help out. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts. Wait, you didn't go and do something that's gonna hurt Mr. Edgeworth's case again? What do you mean, again? Whatever. Have a seat, pal. I'm here for you if you need anything. Besides money, that is. How is the investigation proceeding? It's not really. We have another meeting coming up. We're supposed to talk about Mr. Edgeworth's motive. His motive? See, Mr. Edgeworth's father died in the DL6 incident, and the guy who got the lone suspect declared innocent was the victim in this case, Robert Hammond. They're saying that's why Mr. Edgeworth shot him, and Edgeworth never talks about his past. I bet they'll drag that out and hit him with it in court tomorrow too. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Gotta admit, doesn't look good, pal. Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gordy? The monster down in Gore Lake? Not personally, no. Well, we're looking for it. Huh? Are you out of your minds? You got time to go wild monster hunting? How about doing a little question for me then? Oh? Detective Gumshoe is scaring me, Nick. I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Lotta. Nick, try telling him sooner next time. Sorry. Oi, see, pal, sorry for shouting at you. Okay. Oi, Detective Gumshoe will aid your search for Gardy. Huh? We'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence. Really? You can take whichever one you like. Okay, give us the goods. Hold on now. Everything in due time. First, let me show them to you. These are our best and brightest. Introducing secret number 1, Missile. Missile? He's K9 police dog still in training. Missile, air boy. Here he is. Hey, he's cute. Look, Nick, cute dog. Cute dog. And this will help us. How? Next, secret weapon number 2, a fishing pole. Here, this is my own personal pole. Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for a monster. Yeah? Are we supposed to catch a whole sea monster with a fishing pole? Never know till you try, pal. Okay, this next one is the last one. No, please, I'm already overwhelmed by our choices. Secret weapon number 3, a metal detector. Here! Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Right. How are we supposed to find it with a metal detector? You never know, might have been in soda cans. Well, which will it be? I think we'll go with the metal detector. Not sure we're going to find with this. Remember, you're in for a monster. Anything is possible. Anything. Nick, it's beeping. The metal detector's found something. Sure is loud enough about it. Whatever it is, must be in its bushes. Go check it out, Maya. Why do I have to check it out? Nick? Look. Huh? An air tank. The valve looks broken. I thought it was Gordy. Maya, first of all, why would Gordy be in the bushes? And second of all, why would a metal detector react to a sea monster? Oh, huh? There's something wrapped around this air tank. It looks like a string of flags. We might as well take it with us now that we found it. It's heavy. What? An air tank? What about it? Larry, I wanted to ask you about this tank. Have you seen this before? Me? No, never. Who the heck would go diving in the middle of the winter? There's something about the way his eye twitched when I showed him the tank. I think I better pursue this line of questioning a little further. Say, is this air tank yours? Why would I have a thing like that? See how there's a string of flags around the tank valve? Just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there. Must be a coincidence. There's strings of flags everywhere these days. Like elementary schools. And used car dealerships. Why would I need a tank anyway? You used this to inflate that, didn't you? Inflate what? What else? That big puffy steel samurai. Now why did you go ask me a question like that? Looks like I hit the nail on the head. Right. Actually, see, the compressor I always used was on the fritz, so I tried using the tank to inflate it just once, and it didn't go so well, as I suspected. It didn't go so well? Yeah. Do you think you could be a little more specific? Come on, look, it's embarrassing, I don't really want to talk about it. Tell us! Fine, whatever, it's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and tried to fill the samurai with that, and then the valve busted open and made this incredible noise. and the tank there took off like a rocket. Took my poor deflated steel samurai with it. What? Off into Gourd Lake? Sure scared me out of my gourd, that's for sure. So the tank and the steel samurai were trying to flew away. What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th, a week ago. And as far as I could see, the tank went flying out into the lake. So I went out every night in a boat looking for it. I mean, Fiancé gave me that steel samurai after all. And when did you find it? Just the night before last. It flew way out there. It took me 4 whole days to find it. The night before last was the night of the murder. Sorry for not telling you that. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. But you see, I went home before midnight. So you didn't know about what happened? No? That's too bad. It's not all bad. We've solved one mystery at least. A mystery? Maybe we should go tell her. So the tank and the steel samurai trying to fill it flew away. What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th or so. The 20th. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info you all need. You all got the scoop on Goldie for me yet? Lotta, there is no such thing as Goldie. What? How can y'all be so sure? Really, Nick? Y'all got some proof Goldie didn't exist? Proof that Goldie didn't exist? Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge would make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof that Goldie didn't exist. Larry's air tank? What y'all doing with an air tank? This is Goldie. Excuse me? What exactly are you saying, Nick? There's a stand near here, a hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll there. About a week ago, an idiot, who happens to be a friend of mine, tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently made a pretty loud bang when it flew. The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, a couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo. Wait, so you're saying that Goldie is really the steel samurai? Well, that's a foul way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta. Nah, it's okay, you win. I'll give you your info like I promised. Poor Lotta. So tell us this information you have. Promise is a promise, I guess. I overheard the cops around here saying something about that witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker at the boat rental place up the path here. Boat rental? There's someone there. I mean, it looks so deserted. Just an old guy living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out. Thanks, Lotta, we will. Let's get cracking, Nick. Hold on. Something else? Yeah, night of the murder. My camera clicked twice, you know. Wait, so you have another photo? Well, yeah, but there's nothing in it at all, just the lake. I figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. Well, it might not be helpful at all, but here, take it. Bye now, y'all take care. Time for me to pack up and leave. Poor Lotta, it's all Larry's fault. The legend still lives on, I guess. The legend? Yeah, the legend of Lammy. Familiar to all who knows him for any length of time. When so he smells. It's usually the butts. Someone should put the butts into shape. I think we need to pay the boat owner a visit. Hey Nick, this is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Let's go check it out anyway. Meg, that you? Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. Nick, you handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Meg? Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop while I'm gone. Pasta? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You'll make your old man proud. When you kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. Am I supposed to keep this place running? An old man like me. Polly, kids at home. Hello, what? Nick, what was that? A parrot, the one on that perch. Keith? Yes? I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, sonny. Nick, what's the wet noodle? Based on the available evidence, I say it's the name of his pasta shop. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? Hello, what? Hey up! He fell asleep. I guess he's relieved. A pasta shop. Yup, to think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know. That makes you two the third generation. Meg? Yes? Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? You too, Keith? Yes? You'll be the best pasta wrangler West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler? The West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Meg? Yes? You know the best pasta's always been made west of the Rockies, don't you? Right, of course, everyone knows that. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep this all in the family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. This is a rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This is the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Well, now you mention it, we ain't got many orders of spaghetti recently. All kids come up and say, yo dude, we want to ride in one of your boats. That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days, darned if I understand. I'm pretty confused myself. Nick, this isn't going anywhere. This old man is a witness tomorrow, right? We've got to find some way to get information out of him. Time for him to wake up. Time for him to prove my identity. That a lawyer's badge? Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognise my badge. I get it. What, Yup, I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Dick? Now's our chance to clear things up. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help, but on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, I'll run wet noodle. Okay, we promise. Nay, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy, good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say? You too, Meg? Yes? Hey, you bring it old man's eye, you know. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, boy. Hello? Now he's talking to the bird again. How are we going to talk to us? Hey, but seeing this, you know something about this, sir? Keith. Yeah, it's okay, you can call me Dad. Dad, you know something about this? Hey, the other night on the lake. Yes. No, about what? I've seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. I suppose, since you've taken over the shop and all. I forgot time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably not. Yup. It was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside, then another one. Bang! A little while later, Boat comes back. Then young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself. Yup. What did he say? Yup. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow. We need to know better than that. Check this parrot out. Wow, what an amazing parrot there is. Good morning. Hello? They ignored me. You forgot. Make you gotta call her name first. Her name? Polly, how you been? Hello? Squat? Neat, so the parrot's name is Polly. Too bad all she can say is hello. Oh, Polly can say lots of things. Just need to know secret words. Secret words? Memory's gotten worse of late. But I just taught everything important to Polly here. Everything important? I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Oh, right. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? Seen it? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. You know what, little Terry was just here. Terry? Hey, kid next door. Always used to make him proud. Remember? He'd wear his tattered old coat. Got himself some whiskers growing out his face. Must be talking about Gumshoe. Comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? So I don't think we're going to get much use of info from this guy. Maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question. Polly? Have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6. That's very twisty. One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6. What? The DL6 incident? Hey, Dad. This is getting getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why is that bird pointing about DL6? We'll have to figure out who that old man is. Oh, what? He got the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I shall ask Detective Gumshoe. Hey pal, long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Ash, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? You know the boat rental shop down at Gold Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness into court tomorrow, right? Oh, how did you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, we don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Laura yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. Can't help but think that has something to do with his current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the foil. So I'm afraid I can't show him to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the foil up. What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. Parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. How would the old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if the old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? I get ya. Sounds like you need information on DL6 incident. Well, there is station's records room. We'll give you special permission to go and find what you need. Oh right, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Wow, it's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred to DL6. Found where the files. Oh, thanks. Now you know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. First, I have to get a handle on the main files like a summary. Right. Summary. Found it. Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator at the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 o'clock on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all the lights went out. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? That would be scary like that in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the passengers in the elevator. Do you have any data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defence attorney. If he was still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles? Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father? From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. Pistol being fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect now? That'll be the guy that my mum got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested on suspicion of DL6. Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. He was found innocent, thanks to his defence lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case? Right. Suspect Mr. Yogi was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than we think. Yeah, I've got a hunch about who he is. I guess I know generally what happened in the L6 now. Still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole farce too much? We'll never get out. You're right. How we just sit with him when he... Von Karma face down once more. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Defence is ready, Your Honour. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, so no opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. Prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Wow. Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. Is that mysterious boat shop owner? Witness, state your profession. Proprietor of restaurant Wet Noodle at Gold Lake. I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you're in the boat rental shop, correct? Yeah, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Objection! Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. You're right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure here. What do you mean? My memory, Your Honour. The witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot remember his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yup. Out in restaurant when I rent boats, as usual. And I heard a bang, yup. When I looked out window, I saw a boat just floating on lake. I heard another bang. Just about then, boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict. Now. Yes, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well. You may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. By your window? But my window, right outside window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. Man was defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad? Dead certain, he asked. He said, I can't believe he was walking dead. He said, I can't believe he's dead. As he was walking by two. Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It were him, that Edgeworth boy. Yes, sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma, he lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. But how quick this trial's going to be over. Your Honour, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints on Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honour, the witness claims to Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you've yet to realise even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good, there's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds Mr. Miles Edgeworth The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. Heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. Wait a moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony, and I realised something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry, he could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth has just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honour, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict can't be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Good one, Judging. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. This is getting good. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel sunrise balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. Couldn't understand what had happened, so I couldn't think straight. I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. Didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. This might be our chance. Our chance. Von Karma's only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll make this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15? Everything's on Larry now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December the 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. Hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. She said if Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop door. And just as I was thinking about going home, I had this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I've already found something. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you sure? That's what I said. But Miss Laura Hart testified yesterday she heard 2 bangs, and the old man just now said the same thing. We both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm not a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh, lordy. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Eh? Not sure? How could you not be so sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude. My headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue? Your Honour, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? All you heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. Sure enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honour. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honour. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing with this charade. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care, Your Honour, of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask them? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot.
Objection!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. If you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honour, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realise what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honour. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honour. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's not mistaken, Your Honour. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence as well, claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Laura Hart, with an automatic camera. Timestamp on the photo reads December the 24th, 11:50. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honour, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honour, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to golf in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50. That is why the photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that this is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? No, not at all, Your Honour. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honour, that night there were two sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honour. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard two gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realised the truth. That third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order, order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen the night on the lake. Exactly. This is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, Another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? I better think something quick. Wait a second. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes? Of course. What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch they're going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict, we have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright. Testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realised the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 metre. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says midnight, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. It's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Ugh, can you waste my time? I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on the boat? What? Well, then where did the murder take place? Oh, I know where it took place. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way, he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat, and just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honour, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop? Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Broad Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honour. Nick, you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. And who fired a pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes, why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honour. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. The murderer jumps on the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. That is what happened, Your Honour. These are the events that transpired that night on Gould Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. Boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well, while we're waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defence has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes, several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he has something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honour, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What shall I do? Find him, quickly. Cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilise all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah, well at least we got out from under the guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Kahn didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. Just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile, Mr. Little. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. It's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you, Edgeworth. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is that about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. That's really rather ominous. Well, that brings us to the end of this part. Next video will be the final part where things will get wrapped up. This has been Daft Browner. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a like and hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next video. Ciao for now, everyone. Bye.